and welcome to our 4th episode of our Village Eats cooking show. A Greenwood Village cooking show where we come together with our neighbors, we cook some great food, and we have some fun. Today we're going to focus on back to school, and I've got my dear friend Betsy Burns here to help be my sous chef.
I'm excited to be here.
And I have my son Jake Markey here, who is a special guest because we're talking about back to school, we're talking about breakfast today, and I thought we should have some coffee. And Jake is a barista while he goes to school in New York City, and he brought some coffee from his coffee shop in New York City, and he's gonna teach us how to use a Chemex. You up for it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, okay, so show us, what do we do? What is the Chemex all about?
Well, the Chemex is a way to make a single cup of coffee or 2 cups of coffee. And the thing that's special about the Chemex or any pour over method is that we can control all the variables involved with coffee brewing. So with this, we can pour over the water as much as we'd like, and then using a scale as well, we know exactly how much coffee and exactly how much water is going into the single cup of coffee.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So what kind of coffee are you brewing?
So right now I'm using the Daily Blend from Joe Coffee, and it's a blend of 2 coffees from Central America, one from Nicaragua and the other from Guatemala.
And did you bring this from New York? Or did you
I brought
find
the
it
coffee from New York, but this I had at home, and then the Chemex filters as well. And the Chemex is a really interesting brewing method because it was originally invented in the 1940s and wasn't really used for a while. It's a really beautiful piece of art, and there's actually one in the MoMA in New York as well. But just recently has it been rediscovered as a great coffee brewing method.
I know, I see them all the time in the coffee shops, and I'm wondering like how many people actually have. Without you, I'm pretty sure I would never have known about the Chemex. So, but it's inexpensive too. It's an inexpensive method.
Yeah, it costs like $30 for a Chemex, and the filters are really cheap as well.
Yeah, it's a great presentation.
It's beautiful.
It's hand-blown glass.
Does it get cold fast?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, so you have to just drink the coffee immediately, but that's part of the process.
Do you ever make it
tastes best.
iced coffee, or do you always just continue to do it this way?
Yeah, you can actually make iced coffee with this. It's called Japanese iced coffee, and the way that you do it is you add ice cubes to the bottom of it, and then make it as you would a regular cup of coffee, but a little stronger, more concentrated, and then the ice will dilute it.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
as it melts.
Oh, awesome. So Jake's actually doing some coffee educating in New York too. That's like his new job. So this is a trial run for
Are
your
you doing that at a
educate-
coffee shop, or are you doing it other places?
Just at the coffee company that I work for, we have public education classes that I'm going to start teaching.
That's great.
That's so fun.
Teach us.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Great.
What do we do?
All right, well, something really important with coffee brewing, and the best way to have a huge leap in the quality of your coffee is to just use a scale, and scales are really cheap and extremely effective ways of making good coffee. The Specialty Coffee Association of America recommends 1 to 15 to 1 to 17 ratio of coffee to water.
Wow.
And here we'll use 1 to 16.
Yay!
So Betsy is a math girl, so she gets this, you know. Me, I might have to have my calculator out.
So here we use 50 grams of coffee and 800 grams of water.
That's very
And where do you
specific.
measure the 800 grams of water?
Well, we are boiling water right now, and then as we pour it over, the Chemex will sit on top of the scale,
Oh.
measuring the amount of water.
Great.
Yeah.
I guess it's chemistry.
Yes. And in this box, is that just the filters?
Yeah, just a bunch of those paper filters.
All right.
Is there flavors to this? Or can you do any flavor?
Yeah,
Or
it
is
just
a
depends on the
standard?
coffee, really. This coffee has notes of like chocolate and raisins.
Oh, wow. And do you typically add cream, honey, or do most people just, when they do this, do they just do their regular coffee, how they have it, they just Chemex it?
Yeah, just a regular coffee. I mean, it's just a regular drip coffee. Really.
It is,
So then
okay.
you can add whatever you'd like to it.
Okay.
Although it tastes really clean, so I like to drink it black. And it tastes really nice.
It does? I'll try the black.
All right, we'll do it.
All right. I'll grab the water.
Awesome. Seriously, this process is extensive.
It's extensive and it's
Yeah.
a show in itself.
I know.
And that's neat. Go
So the
ahead.
first thing I'll do is just rinse the filter a little bit. Since this is a lot of paper, if we don't rinse it first, it'll definitely impart the taste of paper onto the coffee.
Well, that looks pretty, just like that.
I know.
Now, will you pour that water out, or you're just?
Yeah, I'll pour it
Okay.
out. And the added benefit of this as well is that it'll help heat up the Chemex before we use it.
Great. And at your coffee company that you work at, is this made all the time like this, or do you have multiple ways of making coffee, like a big barista machine?
When we make our drip coffee, we use just a big batch brewer that you
Okay.
see, like a regular home coffee maker, but a lot bigger. That's how most coffee shops do, and that's how we do it. Since it's a really high volume coffee shop and we're seeing tons of customers, we really can't make a pour over every time. But there are lots of cafes in Denver and in Greenwood Village that can make coffee like this because it's a bit slower and a longer process. Now I'll add the coffee.
So it's right on the scale.
Yeah, and now we'll
Okay.
zero out the scale
All right.
and then start brewing the coffee.
How long does it typically take to seep all the way through?
It depends on how you brew it and how much coffee you're brewing, but normally about 3 minutes. I shoot for 3 minutes and 15 seconds to 3 minutes and 30
Of
seconds.
course, you're timing it.
But since I'm brewing 2 cups of coffee, it'll take a little bit longer this time. But
Did you
I've
learn
made
this out in New York, or did you learn this here before you left?
I learned this here before I left. It's
did?
really easy to learn on the internet, on YouTube, and
Okay.
lots of articles.
Jake has some really great stories. He can brew this, he has lots of different methods of coffee making, and he's done it on the plane. He takes his coffee paraphernalia wherever he goes. So
That's
he's got
awesome.
like some really good stories of brewing up wherever he goes. Yeah.
And when you were in Costa Rica this summer, because you were studying there, correct?
Argentina.
Argentina.
Yeah.
Did you learn any new coffee methods or pick up any new coffees?
Not really. I guess a controversial opinion that I have is that I think we have some of the best coffee in the world in Australia. And they don't grow any coffee in Argentina, and the coffee culture was really closely related to Italian coffee, which is most people in Argentina come from Italy. And I didn't really love the coffee. It tastes really bitter and it's like darkly roasted. This coffee is really lightly roasted, and it really brings out the characteristics of the region that it was grown in.
Great.
Yeah. And also one important thing that I did at the beginning of the coffee brewing was that I let it sit for a minute as I stirred it. And the reason why I did that was to release some of the gases that are inside of the coffee, and that's important when it's a freshly roasted coffee.
Good.
How old were you when you started to get into the like and love of coffee?
I think I was 15. 15 or 16. I was on the debate team at Creek, and I started staying up really late to do debate things and to do my homework. And so then I just started drinking coffee, and then I learned about what good coffee was. And
You didn't get that at home?
I think you started with tea first too, didn't you?
Yeah, I
you
was
really got
interested
into
in
tea, and then he quickly got into coffee. And for every birthday and holiday, he wanted a coffee class. So he has done some coffee classes in San Francisco and New York, and learning how to do the frothing, the arts, the milk art, and
Wow.
all that kind of fun stuff. It's been a really good college job too.
yeah, that's been really fun.
Did you get that right away your freshman year?
Yeah, I did. I sent a couple emails to some coffee shops in New York that I really liked, and then heard back from Joe Coffee. And it's been a
Great.
great job. Yeah.
I didn't realize it was right away.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We are going to enjoy this with our breakfast for sure. So we're
Yes.
going to make 3 different things, and I think that's consistent with the previous shows.
I was gonna say my different palettes of my 3 children.
Yes, exactly. So, it's back to school time, and it's always a struggle to get back into the routine and
Not just give cereal.
and not do cereal, right? Well, like, what are some other options and what are some healthy options? And so that's what I thought our focus could be today. And we're going to make 3 different things. We're going to do a smoothie bowl,
good.
like the Nectar and the Vitality bowls, and all of those places are so big with the kids right now. So it is so great to be able to make them yourselves, right? So we're going to do a smoothie bowl. We're going to do some like egg muffins, which are great to make and prepare ahead of time and just keep them in the fridge, microwave them,
Good.
put some salsa on the side
what
so
all
they're.
of this is gonna go
Yep,
into.
that's what we're gonna do first. And the third thing is some oatmeal. And I was gonna do some overnight oats, but it seems like everybody's doing overnight oats right now. And this is just a really cool little tweak on oatmeal with some peanut butter and bananas and toppings. And I
Great.
love the toppings. And
Okay, good.
I think we've done toppings in a couple of the shows now, and kind of like really enhance the flavor and some cool textures and so forth. So that's what we're gonna make.
Okay,
And
let's
three
get started.
three things. So we got a lot to do, but
We'll have our
we'll-
coffee to keep us up and going.
We'll just wait a couple minutes for the coffee to brew. Yeah, this is definitely not the kind of coffee where
We're running in the morning with my Keurig.
Exactly.
But
So
I'm excited to taste it with the chocolate and raisin notes.
Yeah, I hope it tastes good.
Good.
yeah, I think that the coffee could just be the entree to Jake being our family sommelier as
Yes,
well, because
he will be.
that could be a nice addition to the family
He
too.
will be our neighborhood sommelier for all of our fun parties.
Great.
No, yeah.
All right, well, now the coffee's done brewing after a few minutes, and something really important that happened is that there's a round curvature on the top of the coffee grounds, which means that the
Yeah.
coffee probably extracted evenly. And we know that because the bottom of this filter right here will be equidistant from every point on the top of the grounds.
All right.
Equidistant. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll take that.
All right.
So you
Thank
just throw it away?
Yeah,
You don't
compost it
reuse
as well.
these or anything, ever?
No, you can't
asking.
reuse those.
Okay.
They're pretty thick, which is unfortunate.
Oh yeah,
but,
that is really thick.
um,
Feels like fabric.
You can compost them, and that's what most coffee shops do, and what we do at home as well.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Well, here's the coffee.
Okay.
So we've got a decent amount from that.
It's beautiful.
It is, and I love drinking out of that beautiful cup and saucer. I don't do
I
that.
know. It's like a proper coffee
I
party.
have my children's mugs from school art that I drink out of. So this will be nice.
Thank you, Jake. All right.
Spilled a little bit.
Oh, that's okay. There you go. All right, so we can't cheers to this show. Like, we'll just have to drink some coffee and enjoy it. But
Yeah, it'll probably
have
be
a-
really hot right now.
all right.
I can do hot. That smells really good. Really good.
So it's fabulous.
Oh, that is great. I do. It is very different.
Jake, I think that was awesome. And not very many people use a Chemex in their home. They've probably seen one in a coffee shop, but I think that was really super informative, and I appreciate you brewing some really good coffee
Showing
for us.
a new way to do this. This is wonderful. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're welcome.
I really like
Glad
it.
to share it.
Awesome. So thank you for taking the lead on that, but now I hope that you'll stay and help us make some eggs. Eggs is one of Jake's favorite food.
Great.
Yeah.
True.
So Betsy, when you're cooking breakfast for your family, is there any like go-to standard that the kids really love?
Well, when you have 3 kids, everyone wants something different. So I only have 2 egg eaters. So typically it's eggs and maybe a little yogurt, bacon or something like that. But we do a lot of bagels, a lot of basic stuff because we don't have a lot of time in the morning.
Yeah.
It's a fire drill every day. So whatever mom throws out pretty much is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It depends on if I woke up at 6 or 6:55 is also a factor.
Yeah.
So, but I love eggs myself.
All right,
And
awesome.
I love everything that you have right here to put into eggs. I notice there's no onions right now. Is there some back there?
There
That's okay. Great. We'll have a whole different mixture.
Well, and that's, I always keep things separate.
Yes, you do.
Because
Everyone has a different
Everyone has a different palate, and my family is exactly the same way. We have some people who like meat, some people who don't like meat, some people who like cheese, some people who, and I am totally fine with that. So as we get started, Betsy is the pro egg cracker, so I'm going to let you start with that.
Not quite, but I will
and,
do it.
And this recipe, I just call it egg cups. It's really super simple, But all we're gonna do is crack a dozen eggs in the bowl, whisk them up with a tiny little bit of water. And then we're gonna put some salt and pepper in there.
So you don't mix milk with your eggs, you do
No,
water.
it's just a
Interesting.
tiny bit of water. The water makes them a little more fluffy.
Interesting. I always
Yeah.
do milk.
Yeah, so it's super easy. And then we'll just put in some toppings in
Okay.
our muffin tin.
Great.
The one thing I wanted to put out with the muffin.
start cracking.
Yeah, you start cracking. Go ahead.
And most people say that you should do eggs separately with everything. I don't. I just throw them all in. If one goes bad, we'll just start all over, right?
All right, good.
Okay.
Today's little tip is to use these silicone muffin holders. So the reason why I like these with eggs is because eggs really, really stick to the pan.
Yes.
Even if you use a ton of Pam or whatever kind of oil, or cupcake, like just your little cupcake things, whatever, they stick. So these little silicone are really nice because
Those are great.
will help with the sticking. Yeah. So that's today's tip, to make it easy.
So do you spray the silicone?
I just sprayed it
You
a
do?
little bit.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Okay, good to know.
yeah.
Okay. And
Jake-
then
oh.
when I'll whisk these, do you individually place whatever one wants into the silicone and then
Yeah.
pour the egg on top?
Yep, that's
Okay.
exactly what we're gonna do. So you can make your own without.
Yes, without onions.
Yeah, and so while you whisk that up, I did, while I was waiting for you guys to come, I just sauteed a few veggies together. I sauteed some onions, some peppers, some tomatoes, and some mushrooms. And I just made a little
That actually
veggie
looks
mix
great.
here, and it's really delicious and fragrant. And so we're gonna put some of this and some of the bottom, but you can use whatever you want. So I have some broccoli here, just some, lightly steamed broccoli. I have some turkey bacon, I have some goat cheese. I mean, if you have asparagus or just some herbs, or you've got that kid that just wants
Cheese.
egg and bacon or cheese or whatever, this is just super easy. What I like to do is they'll stay in the refrigerator for several days.
They will,
so
great. And do you freeze them also?
I've never frozen,
you
but
haven't?
because they get eaten quickly.
Okay. Now, water-wise, do I just?
Oh, here, I have some right here.
Oh,
so I'm
perfect.
just gonna put just maybe like a tablespoon in.
Okay,
that was
great.
it. So, and that's just gonna give them some fluff, and that's
Okay.
it. So,
Now, do you season after? you
no,
cook, or do you put
we're gonna
seasoning
season
in?
it right now.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And Jake, I want you to help with this too, because I know you're good at assembling. Very strong skill of assembling. But I know that you have some favorites here that you're going to want to include.
Okay.
I'm going to grab some salt and pepper.
Do you do
go.
turkey bacon or do you do regular bacon? Regular.
I do.
hard.
I know I do turkey bacon.
Is that turkey bacon right
It's
there?
turkey bacon. Doesn't it look good?
Looks great.
When I was making it, one of my kids said, "Oh, that looks like ham. You made ham?" And I'm like, "No,
Yeah,
I
just say
didn't."
Yes.
All right, so step on in here.
Okay.
And you can just put like maybe halfway fill of, whatever combination you guys want. So I'm gonna let you sort of.
From all of these things, even including the
No,
avocado?
not the. So we're gonna put avocado and salsa on the top.
Oh, okay.
But just like
So
here's
you
a
cook
little-
the avocado within the eggs?
No.
At the
Just at
end,
the side.
I was
yeah.
gonna say.
So like this was one of my kids' favorites. So broccoli and your brother's favorite. The broccoli, turkey bacon, and a little bit of goat cheese. So that's one. All right. So
And then
whatever.
how full, I'll do a little egg on top.
Well,
How
yeah, you
full
can do
do
that.
you
We'll do that after.
the egg on there? Like that? Because it fluffs
Yeah.
up a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Is that-
all right?
okay,
Let's just fill them first, though.
Okay, great.
Let's fill them up. You guys start.
All right.
Start filling them up.
good.
Whatever you like.
I'll do this one for you.
Okay.
Can I
gonna
do one
say-
with only turkey bacon?
Yep.
Just fill it
Is
all the
that
way up
better?
with
Yeah,
turkey
that's a
bacon?
little better. Good. Do a few of these. That looks beautiful in here. So it's mushroom, pepper, onion,
tomatoes from my garden.
Oh, that's
garden
right. And
is-
then what's the greens? Is that little spinach? in there?
spinach, yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Those are great. These look like these will be popular ones. Let's do 6 of these
Okay.
with all that fresh. Is the peppers from your garden?
No, I did pick some peppers though last night.
From your
And,
garden?
yes,
Great.
yes. We have poblano peppers in the garden.
Let's put a little bit of bacon in a couple of these too.
Yeah.
Put a little bacon in those. Great.
All of them?
I would do a couple. Should we put cheese in all of them? Or not? Just a couple
Maybe
of them?
not.
What's your favorite, Jake?
I like the
Oh, you do?
the vegetable medley.
Oh, look at that big. Oh,
Yeah.
that's all for Sam right there.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
put this one in here.
Sam would be the middle brother. That's great.
All right.
Okay. And then how about that last one?
Yeah.
Let's get broccoli in that last one. These look great. I'll help that with the cheese too. So,
I was just gonna say, oh, that might be a little cheesy, but I see you're spreading it around.
oh yeah. There we go. There we go. Different flavors. Those are great.
Okay.
Did you season that at all when you?
I did. I seasoned it with. I'm just gonna start pouring these.
Okay.
Just some salt and pepper. So olive oil and salt and pepper. Yeah. Betsy, how long have you lived in Greenwood Village?
Wow. We bought our house right before 9/11, so that was great. 2001, bought at the peak of the market, and that was okay because we have loved every minute we've been in the same house. We've had all 3 kids in the same house. We've gone to Bellevue campus. Now we're at Creek, and still at Bellevue. So it's been a phenomenal community for us. I wouldn't move for anything. So it's been great. And my husband was on planning and zoning for about 6 years. So we're really invested in the community.
I know you are.
It's been a great place to raise the kids and for pretty much us to grow up too.
That's right.
Yeah, we have.
And adult friendships.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're gonna just stick these in the oven. They're at 350, and we're gonna just put it in for 20 minutes.
Oh, that's it?
That's
great.
it. Okay, so we're just gonna set the timer for 20 minutes. Okay. And while it's cooking, we are gonna make our oatmeal.
Great.
So we're gonna just be right over here. If you wanna just step this way, Jake, and we're gonna make our oatmeal. This is just a little twist on a traditional oatmeal, but I find that the kids love it, and I really love it, so I thought, what the heck, I'm gonna share. So all we're gonna do here is make the oatmeal just like you would, 2 to 1 water to oatmeal. So I've got 3 cups of water and a cup and a half of, and I use Bob's Red Mill gluten-free oats, old-fashioned oats. So that's all it is the oatmeal and the water, and then we're gonna add in, Betsy, if you wouldn't mind, adding in peanut butter. So I got about a half a cup of peanut butter there. I don't know about you, Betsy, but when I first started eating oatmeal, when I was a kid, tons and tons of brown sugar.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my gosh.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Yes, it is.
So the peanut butter, of course, gives it a sweet flavor and adds the protein, which I love. And
great idea.
then we just add some bananas. So just
You
one
put the
banana.
bananas in early
Yeah,
on.
we're gonna put the bananas in just so that it has a peanut butter banana flavor.
like just half of the bananas.
Just half of the bananas, and then we're gonna put half on top.
Okay, great.
And that's it. So I know it seems pretty basic, but it is a delicious little recipe. Yeah, that's it.
Great.
I
And
know.
then how long do you think it'll have to cook right here?
Maybe about 10 minutes at the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you store it overnight in the fridge as well and make it the next morning?
Yeah, absolutely. So, just put it in a bowl, and then what you can do is microwave it in the morning with like some almond milk or any kind of liquid, because it's gonna dry up a lot, but it's great to add some sort of milk, whatever kind of milk you like, regular milk, or, and that would be a nice, easy thing to do.
Do you continuously have to pretty much stir it for
No,
10 minutes?
no,
or
you
do
don't.
put the
I'm
lid
just-
on
I'm
and
just
let it
doing
cook?
that 'cause
Okay.
we're at a cookie
well,
show.
plus there's, yes, and there's peanut butter that still needs to be mixed in. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can
I
see
get
that
it.
with the camera up there.
So would
Yeah.
you ever put like raisins in or?
You know what? I like, because
I don't
raisins
like it,
cooked,
but-
I don't, like, it's
Oh,
not my
that's a-
thing.
yes.
But
get
raisins
it.
on the top are really
Okay.
good. So that's the thing about this oatmeal that I love so much is, putting it in your individual dish and putting some nuts and seeds and fresh fruit, and you could put raisins or dried blueberries or whatever you have.
Okay, great.
Whatever, and when kids are making it too, whatever they like.
Good.
They
Looks
can.
great.
Yeah, that's
I would have never thought of putting peanut butter in right away. That's awesome.
Yeah, because it kind of melts really quickly, and it'll be delicious, I promise. So we've got our oatmeal, our eggs that have a few more minutes of cooking,
Yeah.
and then afterwards we'll do our smoothie bowl. So I know I love smoothies. It's
I know.
it's my
I'm
thing.
excited to try the bowl.
Jake loves smoothies too.
Yeah, I make a lot of smoothies as well.
Do you do a lot of the veggies in your smoothies like your mom?
Yeah, I have a lot of
Carrots,
spinach.
beets, and all of that?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, we do a lot of spinach. I kind of feel when I started the smoothie process that maybe a little bit of spinach or kale or green, and a lot more fruit, so you don't really taste it. And then over time, as your taste buds begin to change, start adding a little bit more vegetables. And I mean, I don't do a lot of veggies and like peppers and stuff like that. I don't really love, but
I like the spinach in there.
I
that's for
love
sure.
the spinach and the kale, and cucumbers have been my new thing because they kind of taste spa-like. So,
And avocados are really good as well, I think.
oh yeah,
makes it creamy.
Yep,
Yeah.
and that's what we're going to do today is put an avocado in. So this is pretty much done. So I'm just going to leave this here until we serve it all up, and we'll make our smoothie.
Okay.
And then we can just kind of have our buffet of breakfast items and eat them.
Sounds great.
Does that sound good? Okay. It's time to take our eggs out. They are looking delicious. Turn this off. There we go. Okay, we're gonna make our smoothie bowls now. I really think the smoothie bowls are the rage with the kids, and they're fun and delicious, but a lot of them have a ton of sugar in them. So if we're thinking about breakfast, we really want to make sure that there's some good protein in the smoothie bowl. So I did include some protein in here. We've got some avocado, some almond butter. This is just like packed full of nutrients. We've got blueberries. And then our little secret ingredient here that most people don't put in their smoothies is cauliflower rice. I know it sounds...
would have never thought about
never,
that.
Never. So it sounds really odd, but we're just gonna put a little bit, and it actually makes the texture really smooth, just like the avocado. Another ingredient that we're gonna put in here is some acai powder. And so that's that superfood berry, again, just antioxidants, tons of great nutrients in the acai powder. So, and some cinnamon. There's so many things here, and this is by far my favorite smoothie and smoothie bowl. So whichever way you do it, the smoothie bowl, just less liquid, right? So I was just looking at a recipe the other day, and the smoothie bowl called for like a cup of liquid, and I'm like, there's no way, it's gonna be way
Sounds like
too
it'd be a
soupy.
smoothie.
Yeah, exactly. So you just want a little bit. So
Will it have a little bit of a yogurt consistency? That thickness?
yeah. I mean, it
Great.
should kind of be like ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. So we're just gonna put all the ingredients in first, and then
And do
we'll
you just
have.
eyeball it?
I do, but you know what? There will be an exact recipe online.
I think it
Exact.
makes sense.
So not to worry. But I want to make sure that we have enough for all three of us.
And those are frozen?
Frozen blueberries. I'm just gonna put all of them in. And then we've got our cauliflower, just a little bit of cauliflower here, and some almond butter, and then like a tablespoon of almond butter. There we go. And avocado. Jake, you wanna do a banana for me?
Yeah, of course.
Is that one whole avocado right
Yeah,
there? Okay.
one whole avocado. I think for one serving, I usually do a half of an
Okay.
avocado.
Okay.
Yeah. So this, we might have to add a little bit more liquid as
Now,
we
does
go.
that come, and it looks like caviar, does that come in a big bag and you just put it in smaller jars?
I
or how's that
do.
come?
Yeah, it comes just like
Oh, it
this.
does.
And it's right next to this protein powder and the flax seeds and all
Oh,
of
it
that.
does? Okay.
Yeah.
have not done that.
ACAI.
And I think
Yeah.
I've had it with you before, but I don't, you probably snuck it in.
Yeah, the kids really like it. It just tastes like a blueberry. It doesn't have
does?
any
Okay.
weird taste. So I'm gonna put some cinnamon. But I mean, you could put like chia seeds in here if you like, or if you want more fiber in your diet, some flax seeds. So, you know, this is kind of just like the basic, and then, you know, you can go from there.
Okay.
Right? And again, we're gonna put all these yummy toppings, whatever you like, on the top. So Jake, you're gonna be our blend master.
All right.
I highly, highly recommend the high-speed blender for this, or for any real smoothie, just for better consistency. Okay. There we go. All right, I'm pretty sure that any kid would love this smoothie bowl, and especially picking whatever kind of topping. So just help yourself to the topping. So today we have toasted coconut flakes. We did some walnuts, just some Udi's gluten-free granola, some pecans. I've got some banana slices and some fresh blueberries. So whatever you like, just kind of put on the top. So there's yours, Betsy.
Sounds good. I'll get the bigger one. That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, because I know you're gonna love it.
Exactly.
Jake,
Well, I'm going
for
to
you.
start off
Okay.
with blueberries.
some extra blueberries.
Yes, of course.
So Betsy does it all. She's the working mom, the philanthropist, the
Look who's talking. Yes.
mother, wife, all that kind of good stuff.
We try, don't we?
So tell everybody like what you do, your job, and
Well,
your-
I am a loan originator for a company, actually. We have been in Greenwood Village for years, and then we recently got bought out by a bank called First Western Trust. It's been wonderful. I've been there 17 years. But along that, I've had 3 kids, and philanthropist is many different things. We were actually talking earlier about our friends that have worked on a group called Project Our Town, which is really
Yeah.
neat because they're working on a big philanthropy weekend, giving back to the community throughout, getting thousands of people to be involved on November 10th and 11th. So
Yeah,
you'll
it
be
is-
involved with that too.
It is the coolest project where they're trying to mobilize literally thousands of people, and I want to say hundreds of
yeah.
different charity organizations within the Front Range area.
Yes.
Everything from kids to seniors and all sorts of different projects. So it's a really, really cool.
It is, and anybody can get involved, so it's neat. Just
Yeah.
look up Project Our Town or bring in a company that you would like to get for people to have help with.
Yeah.
So whatever you can give would be great. Well, I'm going in for the taste.
You're going in for the taste?
Oh yeah, and
Jakey?
it is cold.
It
so
is really
I like
cold. So I thought we should just eat this one straight away instead of waiting, because otherwise it's going to melt.
It actually is a lot like an ice cream. That's fantastic.
I really like it as well. This is great.
Wow,
Thank you.
that is really good.
I'm going to try. It's so many good flavors in here.
I love smoothies, but sometimes I feel like it doesn't fill me up. So you do this and it would be more bulk, if you want to say. So
Right.
I really like it.
I really
That's
think
great.
with the protein powder and the almond butter and all of this, good stuff in there, that it will fill up a kid for breakfast, right? Because that's
Definitely.
the goal. Like, we want to send them out on their way,
Exactly.
all filled up,
Instead
so
of a
they're
Go-Gurt.
ready to learn. Yeah.
This
Yeah, I
is
think
great.
the act of chewing makes you think that you're eating something really substantial. And
Exactly.
It fills you up.
Yeah. Versus just the smoothie.
Exactly.
All right.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Learning something new.
So now we just have to put together our egg and our oatmeal and have the rest of our brunch.
Awesome.
Yeah. Should we do that?
Yes.
Let's put it on a plate. So we have our 3 breakfast options. We have our man-sized bowl of oatmeal right there. And I put some toppings on here. Of course, it's just what you like. I've got the same things that we basically did on the smoothie bowl. So some nuts, some granola, some blueberries, bananas, some coconut flakes. It's also good, like if you've got a kid that really likes sweet, just put some local honey or maple syrup on the
sounds
top
great.
too. Makes it really, really good. For our eggs, we've got just some avocado. You can do guac too, is also good, and salsa. Some other ideas with these eggs, actually put them in toast, like in between toast, or wrap them up kind of like a burrito and a tortilla. But just make a bunch, make a dozen or so for the week and pull from them. My daughter really likes them for snacks after school, so that's a good idea there. And then we have our acai smoothie bowl.
Which is great.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna get up early now and actually make big breakfast.
no, it's not going to take
I'm
that
kidding.
long. It doesn't take that long, right?
No, it doesn't. Look at these, took 20 minutes, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
those
what
are
about
great.
you, Jake? Which one are you going to try?
Definitely the oatmeal. I think I'll make oatmeal and then I can heat it up the next day as well and
And your
make
coffee.
a big batch. Yeah, I'll continue making coffee every morning.
Really good. That was great.
Thank you so much for making the coffee, and Betsy for being here to help me, and from myself and Betsy and Jake, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out greenwoodvillage.com for all the recipes, and to give any feedback, or if you'd like to be a guest on the show, we'd love to have you. So thank you for watching. Bon appetit. And join us
Thank you.
again.
It was
Thank you.
wonderful. Thanks.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Jake.
Jake.
Yeah, thanks.
Good luck at NYU.
Thank you.